Hello everyone, welcome to Twisted Serenity. Thanks for clicking on my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I created some cute little mini tier tray decor. I love little mini decor and I love to create little mini projects. So these are inexpensive, very easy to do, little projects that you guys could create at home. I hope I give you guys some inspiration. And remember, if you like what you see, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now sit back and relax or craft with me. Let's get started. Okay, so for this first one, I have this little wood round. These are from Walmart. I believe they come in 6 in a pack for like $1 something. I have this scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. It was under $1. I think I maybe got it last year for 25 cents. So I'm just going to take our little wood round and I'm going to trace it onto our scrap paper, and then I'm going to attach it using some Elmer's glue, like our little purple disappearing ink glue. Yeah, our glue stick. I don't know what I'm saying already. And then I'm going to take our little nail file and I'm going just to clean up the edges. Now these little wood bunnies are from Dollartree and I'm going to take 2 of them out. Now I'm going to paint them with some white chalk paint. And then I have these little mini heart stickers. And I'm going to use those little mini heart stickers as a stencil. So I'm just going to take them and I'm going to place a little heart on each of our bunny by their little tail. Okay, so our stickers are placed. So I grab my Waverly chalk paint in the color Truffle. And I paint our little bunnies. And then I just remove our little stickers. The first one, it just bled through a little bit, and the second one just came out perfectly fine, which I was happy about. They're so cute. They look like little love bunnies. All right, so our little bunnies are done. So I made some little bows, one like a little bow tie and a little bow for the head for each of our bunnies. So one's a little boy, one's a little girl. And then I take our little bunnies and I attach them to our wood round. So I wanted it to be a standing piece. So these little stands I had from Michael's. They're in the wedding section. You get 10 of them for $2 and some change. And I just put a little wood round on there and that is it. This is so stinking cute. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, you guys, these little baskets, I think these are from Hobby Lobby and I was so excited when I found them in my stash and I can't believe I never used them. So I'm going to just take off the little handle and I'm going to give this all a base coat of white Waverly chalk paint since it is plastic, and I am going to go over it with our apple barrel, what's the color? Nutmeg brown. So I wanted it to stick, like the color to stick on there well without peeling off. So of course I paint the inside, I paint the handle with our white paint, and then I go over it with the nutmeg brown. What I love when I did this, when I went over with the nutmeg brown, I feel like it gave you like different shades of brown. So I'm trying to make like a little, obviously like a little basket. I want this to look like a little picnic basket. Okay, so I grabbed my little carrots, and like as I said before, these are too like neon for me. So I want to dull down the color a little bit. So I just paint them with my Waverly chalk paint in pumpkin and white mixture just to dull them up a little bit, and then I glue in some greenery that I have as the stem, and then I do a dry brush of Waverly wax just to give them like that dirty garden type of look. Okay, so I cut a piece of cardboard, like a circle cardboard, to fit on the top of our basket, and I'm just taking the ruler and I'm going to bend the cardboard piece in half because, as I said, I'm turning this into like a little picnic basket type thing, and picnic baskets do have like little covers, but I didn't want to cover it completely. So I'm just bending it in half so one side, when I do attach it onto our little basket, it could be folded up. The cardboard obviously had some print on it, so I do paint it in white. I think I'm going to go back in, because I left it white, I think I'm going to go back in and make it like a different tone of brown. I don't know, I just overthink everything. I need to stop overthinking. So once I do paint it, I do attach one side of it to the picnic basket using my hot glue. Now I just take some floral moss to make it look like some grass, and I just stuff it right inside of our basket. And then I just start to place our little carrots right inside there. And that is it for this one, you guys. This is so stinking cute. I know you guys are going to let me know what you guys think. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to use this little bunny garland, and I'm going to take 2 bunnies off the garland and use 2 of them. So I do take off the little pom-poms, and I was going to take off the gingham buffalo check paper, but I just decided just to turn them around and just use the backside, because you guys have given me, yes, you guys given me tips about how to remove paper, but just, I was like, I'm done. I'm just going to use the back side of it. I do fill up the little holes at the ears with some, what is that called? Spackle. I do fill up the little, I fill up the little holes using some spackle. And then I'm going to paint them. So at first I painted the blue bunny with some apple barrel. I'm not sure. It was like a light blue, cool blue. I'm not sure what it was. I will put it down in the comments. But I felt it didn't give me that peep color that I really wanted, so I went over it with my Caribbean blue by Apple Barrel, and I like that blue tone color more than I like the light blue. And I usually don't do a lot of things with colors, but so I wanted to give these little projects all like a little pop of color, which I'm so happy that I did. And then I go in with my pink, and I'm gonna link all the colors down below because I have no idea on the top of my head if you guys do want to recreate these projects, but I do paint 1 bunny in pink and 1 bunny in blue. So I took some the white and brown tone color twine, and I made little bows, 1 for like a little bow in the head and 1 like a little bow tie for my blue little bunny. I attached some little pom-poms for their little bunny tails, and then I needed them to be standing. So I grabbed some tumbling tower blocks and I painted them the same color as the bunnies, and I attached them to each of the bunny. Now I was going to leave this like this, but I wanted it to have, I don't know, a little something more. So I have my new burlap fabrics from Dollartree, these printed ones, which I was so sad, like I said before, because I didn't find any more. So I'm going to hunt down different Dollartrees. And I just made some bunny ear shapes, a little bit smaller than the ears. And I glued them onto the ears just to give it some more pop of color. And these are just so stinking cute. I know I keep saying cute, but they're minis, so how can they can't be cute? You guys, let me know what you guys think. So for this next one, you guys, I'm grabbing this egg garland, and I'm going to take 6 of the eggs off. I'm going to put them on little skewers, shish kebab sticks, whatever you guys call them. And I'm going to give them all a coat of white chalk paint. Okay, so once they were all dried, I made these like little decal sticker type things using my Cricut just to spell out the word Easter, and I transfer them on to each of the eggs. So basically I'm going to do like a reverse stencil. Then I'm going to take each of my eggs and I'm painting them all a different color. Like I said, I will link all the colors down below. And I'm going to paint each egg I'm going to paint each of the egg. And then while it's still a little bit wet, I'm going to peel off each letter. Now, a couple of the letters did what's the word I'm looking for? What am I trying to say here? A couple of the letters did come off easier than others, and they did, like a cleaner type look. So a couple that bled through, I just took a very thin paintbrush with some white paint and I just cleaned it up. Now I take out a little piece of scrap wood. Where I get the scrap wood, I have no idea. I have so much stuff that I have no idea where it even came from or anything. And I just stained this using some antique wax. Once it was dried, I took my little Easter eggs and I glued on each of the eggs onto our little piece of wood. Oh Lord, I cannot even speak today. And I started off with the first letter and the last letter first, and to give me the spacing that I wanted to. And that was it for this one, you guys. Okay, you guys, this is my favorite one out of all because it's truly a little mini. These little mini baskets are from Hobby Lobby. I know they bring 6 in a pack. I've been having them for about 2 years now. Now, all these little mini pieces, these are all, like the erasers are from Dollartree. Those little bunnies on the left are from Hobby Lobby. And these are all mixed candies that I've had a collection over the years. I'm taking some grass that I got from Dollartree and I'm just going to cut it up into like little tiny shreds. Because I'm going to stick that grass inside of the Easter basket. Now, I also have those little bows. Those are from Walmart, the ones on the right hand side. Now, I'm literally making a little mini faux Easter basket. So, I fill up the basket, like I said, with the grass. Then I take one of the erasers, the little bunny erasers from Dollar Tree. So, I want that to look like our little, our little stuffed animal in there. Then I have a white and a chocolate looking bunny from Hobby Lobby. I, like, once again, overthinking which one should I put in there. I decided to go with the chocolate. I stuck that in there to be like our little piece of chocolate. And then I just start to fill this up with the little faux candies. And I was happy. My little faux candies, it says chips on it, but it had like a little bunny face on it. So I found that so cute. I stuck that in there as well. And some of the pieces I did have to use, I used like a little dab of hot glue just to keep them standing up in place because they were sinking down. I did take one of the little bows from Walmart and I did put in the front for like a little bit of embellishment. And that was it for this one, you guys. Okay, you guys, so on to the next. Now, this one's not going to have a lot of color. So if you're not a fan of color, this is one DIY you could stick to. If you love the color, then you could change this up to color as well. So I'm starting off with some craft sticks from Dollar Tree, and these are like the largest one that Dollar Tree does carry. So I'm just cutting the ends of it. I'm cutting some of the ends as like little arrow shapes, like triangle shapes, and then the other ends just straight cut. I use 4 of them. Now this little piece is part of the Michael stand that I used in my first DIY. This came with those. It was a 10 pack. Now I made this little decal. I made all these little decals on my Cricut. And so at first when I transferred this on, I wanted it, like I'm reverse stenciling, I wanted it to, the original wood color to pop through. But since the font was so skinny, it did not work that way. So this piece was like it was a hot mess. So I'm going to change it up a couple of times. Now the wood arrows that we made, I just stained those using my antique wax. And once they're all stained, I made, like I said, some decals using my Cricut, and I transfer those on to each of the arrows. So I'm basically making a direction sign, like a little Easter direction sign. And I just did it with all different fonts on my Cricut. Okay, so here we go. I'm taking the Cottontail Farms and I'm going to paint over it with white. So I thought if I paint over it with white, when I weed it off, it's the wording is going to look like the original wood tone. Well, it didn't. So the wording's going to look white. I'm going to peel off the first letter and that's when I notice it. So I go over it with some antique wax. And so underneath it, the wording will look white and then it's going to look like distressed antique wax over it. I did that and I still didn't like the way it looked. So I just put it to the side and I grab my little arrow pieces and I go over them all with some white chalk paint and then I just weed all the letters out. Now I love the way that these came out, but I didn't do it like this for the top sign because I didn't want it all to be basically all the same colors and tones. I wanted at least the main sign to look a little bit different. But I left my little mistake. You guys probably will never make that mistake, but I left my little mistake in there so I could just show you guys how I'm forever changing up. I have like a vision of something and I'm always changing up things as I go. So what I did was I took a black permanent marker and I decided just to go over the wording so it could really show through. And once I did that, I just took some white Waverly chalk paint and I did like a heavy dry brush over the wording just to tone it down, the permanent marker look, just to tone that down a little bit. Now I love the way it came out. Like I said, I left my mistake in there. so you guys could just see how I just change different things up all the time. I did take my little arrows, and I didn't want to distress it completely, but I went around the border of each of the arrow, and I took some Waverly wax, and I did do some distressing around it. Now, I have this little piece, like I said, a little piece of scrap wood. I don't know where this comes from. I really don't. You know, it's so funny because my nieces and my nephews, when they find wood, their parents, like my sisters, they fight with them. Like, they fight with them because all my nieces and my nephews, they collect things for me and they bring it to me. And my nieces and my nephews are always like, stop encouraging her habits of collecting every piece of wood that she finds. So it's always a thing in my family. I just love each and every one of them so, so much. And so, all right, let me stop rambling like always. I just attach all our little pieces onto this little piece of wood once I stained it. And then I took 2 tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree, and these are the ones that are already like that brown color. They're the ones that come mixed with that brown color and the unfinished wood look color. And I took a little mini block from Dollar Tree and I glued that onto the tumbling tower blocks. So that's just basically going to be the support for our little stand. And I glued the pieces on, onto each other. And I wanted to cover it up because the little mini block was like popping out from behind the stick. You guys could leave it like that. Like I said, I did want to cover it up, so I took some of my green moss, floral moss, whatever you call it, and I stuck some moss on top of at the bottom of our little stand. Now, I felt like the sign, our Cottontail Farm sign, was a little too plain. So I took 2 little wood carrots and I attached them to the top of our sign. And that was it for this one, you guys. Okay, you guys, we're almost done. So I'm going to reuse this little wood fence that Dollar Tree carries. And I'm just going to go over it with some white Waverly wax. And I give it 2 coats just to give it complete coverage. Now I'm taking one of those wood rounds from Walmart, the little mini wood rounds, and I'm going to paint that using some Waverly chalk paint in the color ink. Okay, so I take the little wood round once it was dried and I glue it to the middle of the bottom of our little fence. Now, I have this little bunny butt from Dollar Tree. I think these were all new this year. These are like the smaller version. And I take the little bunny butt and I glue it to the little wood round. I wanted it to look like the little bunny was going down a little rabbit hole. Like it dug a little hole and it was going right in the little rabbit hole. All I do is ramble, you guys. You guys already know that. I'm always rambling. I take 2 of the wood carrots from Dollar Tree and I paint the bottom with my pumpkin Waverly and my white mixture just so it's not too bright. And then I paint the stems of it, like the little greenery of it, with some celery by Waverly Wax. Now, I wanted just a little something more for this. So I have this little burlap ribbon and I cut some triangle pieces out. And I just going to write the word spring on the little pieces. I wanted to make a little banner to go on our little fence. So I take a little piece of twine. I don't know why I say everything's little. I'm always saying little, little, little. If you guys watch my videos, if you guys are one that always comes to watch my videos, I always do that. And I got that habit from my mother. She says everything's little. I don't know why. And I caught myself and I always try to stop myself. But everything I'm always saying little, little, little. It's annoying. So I need to get out of that habit. Anyways, I glue the pieces of our little banner. See, there I go again. Our banner to the twine. And then I take the banner and I glue it to the little fence. And that was it for this one, you guys. This is so stinking cute. And here I go with that word cute again. But that's honestly what it was. It is so stinking cute. Okay, you guys, so on to our last one. I have a little mini styrofoam ball. These are the tiniest one from Dollar Tree and a little mini ornament. And then I have one of the little floral pots that came in the garden section new this year to Dollar Tree. So I'm taking the little mini ornament and I'm going to stick it right inside the styrofoam ball. I'm just placing it in there. I did take the you know, the part where you stick the hook through. I took that part off. So I'm just using some hot glue just to give it that hold, which it really doesn't hold that well because styrofoam melts. So it sort of worked. It sort of worked. Now I'm taking some floral moss or reindeer moss, whatever this is, and I'm going to shred it up, and I'm going to start taking some hot glue, and I'm going to start covering my styrofoam ball in my ornament. Now I'm going to put a lot on there. It's not going to stay like that because once I put it on, I do take my scissors and I start trimming it. So I just repeat that process. I put a bunch on, I squeeze it on there, and then I take my scissors and I trim it. So basically I want it to keep the round shape. I want that form, that shape still to stay in that form. So as I'm doing it, I am pressing it down with my hands. Make sure you don't get burned. I swear I'm immune to hot glue gun burns. Like, my fingers and my hands are hard as heck. Hard as heck because I'm immune to burns already. But, you know, I'm just pressing it down, squeezing all that moss together, and then using my scissors to trim it all up. Now I took some more cardboard and I made little bunny ear shapes, and I'm going to cover those like the same way with the moss, and then I trim it up. Now the little ears are done, so I take some hot glue at the bottom of, I left the cardboard exposed so I could just glue right on to the top of our little bunny. So I just glued both of them on there, and it was a little too plain, so I grabbed little mini florals that I had, and I think these picks are from Dollartree. Maybe the yellow one is from Walmart. I'm not sure, but I save, if I'm using a floral thing, I do save all the little scraps of leftovers. And if you're a crafter, you can't deny it that you save every little stem as well. So I take all my little stems, my little florals and all that, and I start to glue them onto the top of our little bunny head. I wanted it to have just some little pop of color. I didn't want to keep her too neutral. And then I take the little floral pot. Now this is the biggest one in the pack. And with some hot glue, I stand my little bunny onto the little floral pot. And that was it for this one, you guys. This one is so cute. I love it the way this one came out. Let me know what you guys think. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed what you've seen in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on that bell notification to be notified when I post my next video. I want to thank you guys for all the support. I really, really, really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And as I always say, always remember, this world could throw you twists and turns, but always make good choices. To the next one, you guys.